Were you nervous yesterday with the transfer windows closing about Thiago and his potential future?
No, no,
Not nervous at all?
no.
Why not?
Well, no. I mean, things happen. Things happen, and it's life. So I'm just waiting for whatever happens. So no, I wasn't even uh, paying attention too much to that, honestly.
Okay. Well, now that you know you're going to have him for a while, at least until the summer window, does that affect anything? Does that change anything you want to do with the team tactically or anything?
No. We've been planning everything around having Thiago.
Okay.
So until I'm told something differently,
Right.
we will continue with that plan.
Okay. Stian, we didn't see him on Friday, didn't see him on Tuesday. What's going on with him?
A little bit of load management. He's coming off a long season already, and we're gonna hit some good minutes next week once we are in Florida. So we're just trying to manage his load,
Okay.
and hopefully his adaptation to our training methodology is good enough. So it's just that.
And Bartek was out there today. Was this his first session, second session?
I don't remember which one, but yeah, he was today. He was 2-3 days, I think, in.
Okay.
He's been working with the team very good this week since he was back from Canada. So very happy, very smart player. You can see immediately the amount of ground he can cover and his intelligence on the field to cut passing lanes and to regain balls and then playing forward quickly. So I'm very excited to see him tomorrow.
Will he be a load management thing in preseason too, or is he going to train normal?
Might be.
Okay.
It depends of how he's reporting after training sessions,
Okay.
certain things. But of course, yes, we are open to managing him not just throughout the preseason, but throughout maybe the season because it's not easy. It is not easy coming off 6 months of very hard games. Especially him, he's been playing almost Wednesday, Saturday very regularly. So, and then now having the travel, all the intrinsic is that MLS has,
Right.
is we need to take care of him.
Format tomorrow. What will the format of the friendly be?
2 45s. Yeah, two teams 45, and that's the expectation. That's the progression we normally want, kind of 30 minutes, 45, 60, 75, 90, and so we will hit all of those in the next 4 matches.
Will it be perceived first teamers in the first 45? Or are you going to sprinkle it into the two halves, kind of like you did last week?
You will get to see tomorrow. I'm still making my mind on that, and yeah, you will know.
Anybody not going to be participating tomorrow, other than the guys who are here and not injured, I should say?
Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah.
So everyone who's here and not injured will be participating.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And what's the biggest thing you want to see improvement upon tomorrow compared to last week in Birmingham?
Well, I want to see progression on the things that we're working on. This week was more player from the back, player from the goal kick, and progressing the ball forward with pace and with numbers, and a bit the compactness of the team. Those are the specific things that we've been working this week. But obviously, we need to continue with the development of how we defend and the high pressing, the middle block. So we will try to review all of those.
Yeah, you said last week the middle block there were myriad issues with some of that things. Were y'all able to? Did you see improvement this week in the exercises?
Yes, I mean we were focused more in the build up again.
Okay.
So we didn't actually review. I think only one day we did a little bit of that type of pressing. But yeah, there were differences in all the three groups that we played the last time against Birmingham. The first group was probably the best one out of the pressing triggers and regaining balls in certain areas that we want to regain it. The second group probably was more complicated for them. They also faced two different formations, so 15 minutes with one, 15 minutes with another, so it was difficult to adjust to that for them. And then the kids, they were actually quite solid in that middle block. So we were overall happy. We did the film review, we checked a few things, and hopefully we see the improvement.
Thank you.
You mentioned managing the workload for the new guys coming in who've been playing for 6 months. Have you adjusted anything based off last year with Yorgos? I know he talked about how he felt towards the end.
Yes. I think it was a learning curve for us because of Yorgos. So we learned a few things there. We have we're talking about players that are very professional, that they do everything they have to do on and off the field, super professional. So it's our job to take care of them, whether it's physically or mentally, at times giving them a little bit of a break just to be with families, and that may happen too. So we did that with Yaku last year. We may be doing this with Bartek and Stian at some point or not. It depends of how they are progressing, but we are aware of the necessity to manage them in certain ways.
How beneficial has it been to have pretty much the whole group in early this year compared to previous years?
Yeah, it's been very good. Even though we don't have Thiago, we don't have Edwin, Caleb hasn't been able to train with the team yet. So a few more, but and the business things. So yeah, overall good, but still you always have in the back of your head we're missing 2 or 3 important pieces, and but suddenly all the pieces are coming together, and you start to have more resistance and more bodies, and the team looks very good for this stage of the preseason.
How do you feel like the personality of this group is a little different? When you add guys like Stian and Bartek into this group, different personalities than you've had in the past. Do you feel like the personality of the collective is different this year?
Yeah, it's still early to say, but I would say yes, a little bit more mature. You see a little bit more maturity in terms of behaviors on the field, off the field, when you talk to them, when you see their routines and how they adapt very quickly to our system, our culture. I would say that I see a little bit of more maturity, but still early stages to say something like that.
Are you excited to find out Sunday what matches Atlanta will host in the World Cup, and what would it mean if Atlanta is selected for one of the knockout matches?
Well, yes, very excited. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I think 2026 is something that is in the calendar of all of us involved in the growth of MLS. It's been 10 years since I'm here, and I've seen all the progression until this point, and I hope after the World Cup for the entire country, it's a before and after, and but especially for Atlanta. It's such a huge city in terms of football, the expectations, the fans, and the community, and they're all expecting the best for the development of this area. So I hope we can get something very, very good. I mean, why not the final? I know it's almost impossible, but why not? We have everything to receive meaningful games. The stadium is, in my opinion, one of the best in the world. The fans are crazy about football, and we know we have good facilities for all of the teams to be here. Good hotels, good connection with the airport. I think it's one of the top cities in the U.S. So why not?
Gonzalo, can you describe the last time the U.S. hosted a World Cup and what it did for the sport and the potential that we can see it progressing?
Yes, well, I was very young when that happened. I was only 12 years old, and I was, only looking at Mexican national team, and it's one of my favorite national teams in the history of Mexico, with Jorge Campos and all these guys that did amazing for all of us. I wasn't here to really understand how big was that impact in the country, but I can assume that it was huge. And then now with the growth of MLS and all the good things that the league has been doing in the recent years, I think this is going to be massive for the expectations of everyone involved in soccer in America. So we're just looking forward to it.
MLS wouldn't be here without that World Cup.
Sorry?
MLS wouldn't be here without that World Cup.
Right.
Yes, of course. That's the idea. I was too young to understand all those things, but yeah, I assume that it was a meaningful impact for the growth of the sport in America. Okay.
What are your thoughts on the League's Cup announcement of the groups this week?
Yeah, very good. I think it's I know Santos, they are not doing good at the moment, or very good at the moment in Liga MX, but they are always a dangerous team because they always have youth, they always have young talented players from South America, young talented players from their academies, and it's always a difficult opponent to face. And DC, we know, changing coaches, and now, with a very good roster, I think they are putting together a very, very good and competitive roster. It's going to be difficult. Good thing is I think we're hosting most of the games, and that's pretty good. So we feel very confident about it, but we need to take it very seriously.
So y'all will get to host the 2 games in the first pod?
I think so. Yeah,
I couldn't
that's what.
understand the press release. I couldn't understand if y'all were going to get to host or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you.